Hello, what's happening, everybody? It's Tuesday, isn't it? I almost said Wednesday. Good Lord. Yeah, it is Tuesday, and I just got fuel in Little Red, and we're going to get on to work here. So let's see if we can get to the workplace here. And turn my lights on, and I gotta flip this camera around here. Let's see, there we go. Oh man, we gotta move this. I can't stand when it does like that. Let's see, there we go. And I'll put this back like this. There we go, it should be clear now. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can get to the workplace here. Everybody's getting off work. It's I guess it's about, well, it's close to 6 p.m. I believe. And I'm just getting my night started. I gotta get in here, and this won't be a really long stream. I gotta get in here and get my night going, like I said. What's this guy doing here? Okay. Oh my goodness gracious alive. Hope everybody's doing well. Look at that. That guy's got a safety vest on the back of that trailer. I can see. I guess that's one way to do it if you ain't got no lights back there. Man, see all kind of stuff going on around these parts, as they say here in the South. Yeah, let's see here. Cameron, what's going on, Cameron? What now? Oh, the Charvel you was talking about on Saturday night show was sold. You missed out on it. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Man, I am sorry to hear that, man. That's usually how my luck would always go. Yeah, my luck would always go that way. If I thought about something for too long, and when I finally decided to pull the trigger, it was gone. Yeah, that's just I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry you missed that. I am sorry. Man, oh man. Well, hopefully, I mean, you can always look on Reverb too, man. You know, you can look on the used market. I mean, you know, if you don't see one right now, I'm sure you'll see one a little later on. There'll be another one that'll pop up, man. I mean, if you really want it that bad, I've been there and done that too. Many times. And sometimes I just do an impulse buy. And, later I'll be kind of like, well, what did I do that for? And it's just the rush, man. Like I've said before, it's a crazy rush sometimes. And I don't know, which is a good segue into this live stream here. I got to make sure my truck is here. Make sure it's parked where when I got off work in the wee hours this morning. Hopefully it's over here. I don't know. I hope nobody drove it, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up. Let's see. Oh boy, it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good as it was right over in here. Oh my gosh. Oh man, come on. There it is, it's sitting right there. Okay. Yeah, somebody drove it because it's parked over there. Go figure, man. But at least there's a spot open right here. And there's a street light underneath here, so because it's gonna get dark here. I'll be glad when spring gets here, man. Golly, can't stand when it gets dark so early. So that means I gotta go to my truck. I gotta wipe it down. Somebody drove it, so you don't never know what you're dealing with when you get into there. But anyway, all right. So we're parked. So let me get into this topic of this live stream here. Yeah. So I was thinking, I got to do some serious moving stuff around, I guess you could say. I don't want to say renovation. That's not the right word. But I got to really get some inventory cleared out. I got to I got to do something. It's just, like I've said before, I've done a lot of impulse buying over the years, and, you know, and I love those guitars that I've gotten in the past, but a lot of them, I just don't play anymore. And I feel it would be a great idea to, you know, I could pick 10 of them out and give one to somebody that they might not have a guitar, or they would like to get one, but they can't afford it. You know, somebody that I can come in contact with here in my local area, you know, not with the chat or nothing. That because that wouldn't be fair. You know, you can't, if you do that, you're opening a whole bad can of worms, and, you know, you can't do it that way. But, you know, there's a couple people I've seen, like at work, you know, there's a couple of guys I see that, I know one guy, he's got a guitar, but it's a really low budget guitar. And I said, well, I bet maybe he would like one that was a little bit on nicer scale. I don't know. But anyway, I'm thinking about, that's what I'm going to do. I want to pick 10 out, and I'm going to try to give one away. If it's not every day, at least, you know, a couple times a week or something like that. I think that would, I think that's good, because I just, you know, I just really don't want to deal with messing with the used market right now. I had guitars on Reverb lately that have sat there and sat there and sat there, and I'm like, now thankfully Reverb doesn't charge you anything to post, you know, a listing. But man, stuff has sat there so long, and I was like, man, I got to get stuff out of here. I've got to get stuff moving. There's a lot I need to do in that warehouse back there, and I'm just, you know, frankly, I'm just sick of looking at it. It's just like, man, yesterday I did consolidate all those pedal boards I had on the floor. I did have like 4 on the floor down there in the music room. I finally got rid of 3 of them. Now I just have the one. And I said, that's what I need to do. Just, you know, I just got to get off my tail and get it done. And that's the only thing about, you know, working the night shift. It's, man, you don't have time to do nothing. You wake up, and by the time you get your wits together and, you know, figure out what day it is and all, it's time to leave. It's time to get to work here. Anthony, are you giving away a guitar? Yeah, I'm gonna pick about 10 of them out and give some to some random people. I might donate a few to a music store or two. I know there's one store that I noticed on Facebook that Ralph and I have visited in the past. I think they're doing like a raffle for like animal, what is it? Animal shelter or something, or pet adoption. I can't remember exactly. But they're doing like a raffle, and I was like, well, I could donate a few guitars to that, and they could, you know, raffle them off. And so there's all kind of ideas I'm thinking, but I would like to, it's just, man, I think that it's good, from my opinion, for me, I think it's good that if you can give the gift of music or an instrument or whatever to somebody that's maybe not as fortunate, or maybe that, you know, whatever the situation, it don't matter. And if it's in a positive way, why not? You know, why not, man? It's one thing if you're a collector and you're loaded with money and you can afford to have really high tier instruments and all that. But look at me, man. I wear a blue collar, so my stuff is not high tier. It's mid tier at best, but it works for what I like, and it's fine, you know. But I think that I'm going to go through about 10 of them, and they're going to be out of here, you know. So I think that would be good. I think it might make somebody's day brighter, you know. I think it would, you know, why not? It might inspire somebody to want to learn, you know, and you know, when it's in their hands, if they want to sell it or if they want to do whatever, that's their business, you know. But Let's see. Let's look at the chat real quick. Let's see. The dog putt. Hey, man. How are you doing, sir? Don Morton, CEO of Morton Salt. It's the official Joe Wentz Project TV program. Hello. A guitar giveaway is a great idea, man. Yeah, and like I said, it's nothing to. I've seen other channels years ago that would give a guitar away on their channel to somebody in the chat, and man, you're playing Russian roulette doing that, in my opinion. And I'm not doing that. This is just for people that I've seen in my local area that are like, maybe they're down on their luck or something. Maybe they would like to be able to learn how to play, and I think that's a good thing, man. I think to pass it along, I think that's good. I mean, I got all those instruments and they're great and all. I mean, but I don't have time to even play my favorite ones that are hanging up. I don't even have time to play those. So I'm getting to a point in my life. I'm like, do I really need all this, man? Is it cool to have? Yeah. And my main objective over the years was like, just keep buying guitar. Okay, Wolfgang specials. Yeah, let me get those. I mean, whatever. Ibanez. Yeah, let's get those. Let's get these Charvels, and and then it's just over time. I'm just reevaluating a lot of stuff in my mind lately. When you drive for a living, when you're by yourself a lot in whatever, in a rig or whatever, you think about a lot of things, man. And so I just thought, you know what, man, I'm gonna try to give some of these guitars to people who could use them a lot more than I could. And I think that's a good thing. My wife said, why don't you just sell them? I was like, yeah, I could, but I don't feel like going through the hassle. I don't feel like taking pictures and doing this and that. I've been very fortunate on Reverb. I mean, I've had customers that were kind enough to leave nice reviews and I'll be honest with you, the stuff I sold was good stuff. It wasn't cheap stuff. We gotta get the light on here. There we go. It was good stuff. It wasn't like Esteban guitars or something. They were dang nice guitars. So now will these guitars be on like the level like a Gibson or a whatever? Well, no. But they're, I've bought guitars over the years that anywhere from I don't know, hundreds of dollars up to maybe about the $700 mark or something like that. So it's going to be in that category, something like that. But I think that it will. I mean, look, man, if it helps somebody want to play, I mean, it's cool. I think. Edwin Crane, hello, man. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Mr. Josh Thomas, hello, sir. Nice to see you. Let's see. Is that Robert Skinner? Fellow driver. Hello, how are you doing, man? Let's see here. Ralph, hey, Ralph, the German Butcher. What's up, brother? He goes, you are witnessing what I see all the time. Joe is one of the most generous and thoughtful people oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's really nice. Thank you, sir. Don Morton, random act of kindness are great. Not enough of those in the world. Well, that's what I feel too. And I'm not doing this for anything in particular. What am I going to do with that stuff, man? I mean, it just sits there, it's not collecting dust. They're in cases and gig bags, and so it's not collecting dust. It's not like it was in a corner of an old dirty house. It's just, I'm not playing them. Why not put them in somebody else's hands that will get some enjoyment out of it, That's honestly what I'm feeling, and that's the truth. Andy Dion, hey man, pay it forward, always a good thing. Yes, I feel the same way, sir. Yes. Yeah, I don't have a guitar. Yeah, I can't do that with the chat. Yeah, that's excluded. Yeah, because that's, like I said, that opens a whole can of worms that I don't want to get into all that. You know, it's I've seen things in the past, like I said, that they would do that, and boy, it went south quick. And I was like, ooh, that's not the way to, even when they do like contests and stuff, you know, and it's legit. And I was like, ooh, I wouldn't do that, you know. So no, I don't want to go that route. Hey, Mr. Mick, how are you, sir? Nice to see you. Oh, and I wanted to say too, because on the last this has been bugging me for some reason. I don't know, it shouldn't, but I was like, man, I need to make this right. So on the show last Saturday, we were talking about what was the first song you learned to play, and somebody had said a Horse with No Name, and which is by the group America. Okay, so all my life, that's not my type of music, so I need to put that out there first. I don't know, I'm not real up on those classic songs of that caliber, but for years I thought that was Neil Young that sang that song, man. And I was like, oh, that's Neil Young. And there was never nobody growing up that told me otherwise. No, that's not in them. But I would only hear it once in a blue moon. And I was like, oh, that's Neil Young. Does it sound just like him? Well, it's not, you know, and it's America, like they said in the chat. And I Googled it the other night, and I forget the lead singer's name, but so yeah, I just assumed it was Neil Young. I was wrong when I was like, oh, dang, you know, but some of them old folk songs, you know, or whatever you want to call it. I'm sure that song probably came out, was it, I don't know, during the Vietnam era or something? 60s, mid-60s, late 60s. Great song. I'm just not familiar with it. And so I apologize for that, my ignorance on that. But yeah, but yeah, what's today? Tuesday. My wife, she'll be back, I think, tomorrow. And she's out of town currently doing some things. And so I just been seriously going over in my mind things I need to do, and just kind of get some stuff straightened up, get some stuff out of here. and I think it would be best. I think is it possible to have too much stuff? Yeah, it is, because some people, man, they whatever the stuff may be, if you're not careful, man, it gets on that hoarder status. Thank God I'm not on that. You know, I mean, God bless people that have however much stuff they want to have, but yeah, I just don't need that many. I was like, man, I just don't need that many guitars. So we're going to do something about it, and we're going to get some inventory out of here. And like I said, at the end of the day, man, they're guitars. I can always go back and say, I miss having that guitar. Let me go on Reverb and see if I can find one. And you always will be. I mean, unless it's just a rare occurrence. Like the Ibanez, the Satriani Silver Surfer that I sold last year. Man, I fought back and forth. I know I've talked about this before, but I fought back and forth in my mind when I went to sell that. And I was like, yeah, should I not? And I was like, well, yeah, I need the money, and plus I just don't play it. And I think it was maybe 2 weeks, man, that thing sold. So whoever got it, they got a great deal. And they got a fantastic guitar. That thing was, to be old as it was in excellent shape. I think I played it maybe twice from the time I purchased it until the time I sold it. And yeah, it was great, man. Let's see. Let me look at this chat. Let's see. Bloody Soup just got here. What guitar giveaway? Yeah, man, I'm gonna get some guitars and just give them away in my local area. I might donate some, but I'm gonna try to give some away, Bloody Soup, to people that maybe don't have a guitar, or that it would, you know, it might inspire them to play, you know, and just kind of pay it forward in a way, you know. Cameron Hart, it will come back around to you. Oh, well, that's fine. I mean, I'm not looking for anything, man. I'm really not. I I just want to share that with y'all. And so if you see videos coming up with me doing something like, well, not something like it's what I'm going to be doing, you kind of understand what's going on. You know, like what's he doing with that guitar? Who is that person? You know, and some people might not want to be on camera. You know, I don't know. And I would like to document it, but I mean, if they don't want to be on camera, I won't. You know, I'm not going to, you know, yeah, you need to be on camera. You have to. I'm not going to, you know. So we'll just see. You know, Art G, hello, Joe. I love the idea of the guitar giveaway. I had an amp I wasn't using a while back. I didn't want the hassle of selling, so I gave it to a friend's son. Yeah, that's great, man. See, that's fantastic. You know, that's awesome. That is awesome. Mr. Curtis, laugh out loud. A horse with no name does sound like Neil Young. Never thought about that before. I think that song came out around 71. Yeah, I thought, like I said a little bit ago, man, I thought, you ever had that? We heard a song, you're like, oh, that's so-and-so. And, you know, you come to find out it's not. I'm like, well, good Lord, it sounds just like that person, you know, but here's an old one, man, that I remember, God, I guess it was about 86, 87. I listened to all kind of music before I got my first guitar, so I listened to all kind of different stuff way back then. And there was this group called Ready for the World, and they were like a pop group, and they had some guitar stuff, and they were not kind of like Cameo. You remember all that? And they had a song called "Oh Sheila," and when that song first came on the radio, it sounded just like Prince, and they still had the same drum. They used the Linn drum machine, because Prince did use a Linn drum machine on some of his drum parts for recording, and had that I don't know how you describe it, what its title, but and Ready for the World used that same drum machine, and they used that same drum sound that Prince used on the Purple Rain album. And so when I heard that song, for the first time, I was like, oh, that's a new song by Prince. And it sounded just like him, but it wasn't. It was a group called Ready for the World. And yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Google Ready for the World and Oh Sheila, and if you're my age, you'll know exactly. You'll know what I'm talking about. Andy Dion, what kind of horse doesn't have a name? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the song. Don Morton, here's an idea. When you give away some guitars, I'll help you find a bunch of amplifiers you need. Just kidding. Oh, man. Anthony says you couldn't pry my guitars from my cold. Yeah, I can't say that word. YouTube's funny about certain words. But yeah, I understand. Give them to school music program. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I've thought about that too. I got but something like that, man, you'd have to give away quite a bit for instead of just a couple, you'd have to give like maybe 30 or 50, so all the kids could, it would be fair for the kids, and I don't have that many to give away. But that is a great idea. Bloody Soup, pay it forward, Joe. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, man. RRD, hey Joe, have a great night at work. Thank you, man. I feel like we're camping. I got this bright flashlight here, which is funny, isn't it? Let's see. Can't go wrong with guitar emojis. Scott from South Carolina. I remember that song, Oh Sheila. Yeah, that's yeah, I'm showing my age. Yeah, Google Oh Sheila and it'll be stuck in your head. Mr. Curtis says, yeah, that was a big song for that time period. I love Oh Sheila. Craig, is that Craig? I can't read it. It's so small, I can't read it. Yeah, I love that. I still have that album on my YouTube music app. And there's certain albums I have where I can listen to them whenever, and it's free. And Ready for the World is one of those albums, their debut album. I don't like every song off that album, but I like about a good, 4 or 5 that just reminds me of that time period of my life. It was And I used to mimic the intro to that song because the lead singer would say that line, he would speak it. I don't know if it was what kind of accent it was, but I used to do that spot on when I was younger, and the girls at the lake used to always ask me to do that because that song was popular then, so I would do it and they'd all laugh and stuff. Yeah. Let's see. Craig says, a fun fact, America did the soundtrack for the movie The Last Unicorn. Oh, okay. Let's see. Mr. Josh Thomas, go to a music store where lessons are given and see if a student or two might need a guitar. That's a fantastic idea too. Yeah, I've got a store in mind that it's kind of close to the house that I need to reach out to them first, and then I mean, you know, there's going to be some, I like to give some away to some individuals, but yeah, to be able to, I guess, get rid of them in a lump kind of deal, that'd be great. But I need to ask, reach out to the store owner and see what they want to do. But yeah, that's exactly what's been going through my mind. And I just, you know, of course, the ones that I really, really enjoy, I'm going to hang on to those. But man, I have so many others that could really do a lot of good for some other people that maybe just aren't as fortunate. You know, I was like, man, here, man, you know, I think that's cool, man. I mean, can you imagine if you're in your late teens or early 20s and just maybe you're thinking about, because look, maybe you're just thinking about getting into guitar or any kind of music. Because I'm going to tell you, for me personally, guitar, I think it saved me from a lot of stuff in life, man. It was a great deterrent. I mean, I was so wrapped up in trying to learn and trying to just learn chords and learn how to play. And so can you imagine now if somebody just said, hey man, I see you like to play, or are you interested in guitar? They're like, yeah, well, here, take this. And if somebody had done that to me when I was 16, I would have fell out. You know, now fast forward all these years later, I don't know how society of that age group would be. I mean, I would hope they would be like, oh, that's awesome. And I don't know, but it's not about that. It's just about, you know, putting it in somebody else's hands that can use it. And, you know, maybe it'll be something good, you know, and maybe it'll be a positive thing for them. And maybe they'll remember that when they get older or something. I don't know. But that's just how I feel. So that's what's going to be happening here on this channel. I'm going to, you know, like I said, I don't know if I can document everything that I'm wanting to do. We'll have to see. But first things first, I'm going to start going through the guitars back there in the warehouse in the next day or two, starting tomorrow. And we're going to go from there. And we'll see what happens, man. And hopefully it'll make somebody's day better. You know, maybe it'll brighten somebody's week or year or whatever. And maybe they'll be, it'll influence them to say, hey, I'm going to try to learn this song. You never know. I mean, it always, for me, I mean, when I finally got a guitar, one that was decent, and I first learned how to play a power chord, oh my God, dude, I was over the moon. I was just like, this is incredible. And I had no idea at the time that this journey would still be going on today. And it's an uphill climb for me. Now, some people, it's not, they can get it like that and they learn and they can play like Eddie Van Halen, or they can play like Yngwie. I'm not in that group of lucky people, but there's just something about grabbing a guitar and, you know, you learn the basics, you learn the basic fundamentals, you learn how to tune, you learn when your ears, you know, you just learn how to, when things are in key or whatever, pitch, you learn your, you know, by ear and all that. And I'm still working on that, but and you just learn how to, like I said, basic power chords, and you learn how to go from one place to another in a smooth motion, and there's no hesitation, and you can go from this fret to this fret with pure accuracy and then come back. Just a simple movement. I remember those days, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. Because when I first started, even if it was just one finger on one string, I'd say, well, I'm gonna go from the 3rd fret up to the 12th, and I'm gonna hit and slide and stop at the 12th. Just do that. Just do that exercise on every string. Just start on the 3rd fret, the first dot, pick it, go to the 12th and stop. And just hold the string down the whole time so you hear the note actually climb in pitch, and stop right there on the 12th. And then go to the next string and just do that. And that's a good way to work on just, I would do stuff. I still do it today. And sometimes I land on that mark, sometimes I don't. And I was like, oh God, I need to do better than that. Just little things like that, I'll challenge myself. And I know that sounds silly, but that's just what I'll do, you know? Just try to work on things. I gotta get ready to go, man. I gotta get this truck cleaned up. Somebody drove it, and I don't know what condition it's gonna be in. I don't know if they fueled it. I gotta get these wipes and go wipe that truck down. Oh my God. That's why I don't want to say hate, that's a strong word. I can't stand that they slip seat here, man. Damn. It used to be back in the day, everybody had their own truck and nobody messed with your truck. If you was on vacation or whatever, nobody messed with your truck. Those days are long gone. And you don't know, somebody gets in your truck, they drive it. You don't know if they're, I mean, come on, man. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject matter. I'll be glad when I can retire. Time surfing alien, pay it forward. Yes, sir. Slim, how are you doing, man? Never know, you might give another guitar to the next great recording artist. You never know. That's true. Yeah. You never know. Hey, brother, I have a little program called String for Students. I fixed up 9 on the last 2 years, mostly acoustic. That's great, man. That's nice. That's awesome. Kerry Crouch, hey, Joe, just got home from a long day at work. Nice to see you doing a live stream. Looking forward to Saturday night. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, Ralph and I look forward to that too. Yes, and the Asheville Guitar Show, I saw it on Facebook when I woke up earlier this afternoon, and it's, yeah, it's going to be on the 7th and 8th. So I'm assuming that's Saturday and Sunday. And I remember when that was going on last year, because I saw people put things on Facebook. It come up on my Facebook feed, and I was like, wow, I didn't know that guitar show was that big. And apparently it's a pretty big deal up there. So Ralph and I are going to that, and we'll look forward to that. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun, man. And so stay tuned for that. You know, I know I don't have a lot of content on here all the time, like a lot of other big channels do. But it's just, it's tough, man, working all these crazy hours. I know that sounds like a broken record, but I can only do what I can do, man. All right, guys, I got to go. I could sit here and talk to you for another hour, but I got to go. And all right, y'all have a great rest of your night. Let me hit this right there. God bless y'all. Thank you for tuning in. And if you please, man, hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. It helps get this video out. I'm trying to build this channel, and it is really tough. It is really tough. It is an uphill battle like you would not believe. And but anyway, it is what it is. We're just going to keep moving forward, and hopefully things will happen in a positive light. All right, thank y'all so much. God bless you, and we'll see you Saturday night, if not sooner. But if we don't, we'll see you Saturday. Okay, take care. All righty, bye-bye.